For number 14, we have variables on both sides. We also have fractions. So step 1, we're going to clear the fraction. And to get a common denominator, I'm going to multiply 5 and 4 together, which gives me 20. Now, I'm going to really divide this, okay? Division bar here. So I'm going to say 20 divided by 5 is 4x. 20 times 5 is 100. 20 divided by 4 is 5, but don't forget that x. And then 20 times 3 is 60. So now we can subtract our 5x, get our x's together. We get negative 1x plus 100 equals 60. Subtract our 100, and we get negative 1x equals negative 40. Now I need to divide by that negative 1 to get x by itself, and that gives me a positive 40. Okay. In number 15, I definitely want to get my variables together first. So I'm going to subtract the 7x. And this gives me, 4 minus 7. This would give me a negative 3x. Minus 11 equals the square root of 28. So now I would add 11 over and have negative 3x equals, now I want to put this in my calculator, the square root of 28, and then add 11 to that. Okay, so the square root of 28, I get 5.29, 150, etc. I add 11 to that, and we get 16.291502, etc. Divide both sides by negative 3. And I would get negative 5.4305. ... Rounding to the nearest hundredth says take the 0, look at the 3, do I round up or do I stay the same? Well, I stay the same. So I have negative 5.43. Okay, the last one for this section, number 16, we have to clear the fraction. Now, we have 5, 10, and 5. So we can multiply 5 times 10 together, and that is 50. We could put 50 above everything. Also, I know that 5 times 2 can make 10. So 10 actually is my lowest or my least common denominator. So I'm going to put it above every single one of those. Now, 10 divided by 5 is 2. Bring my x down. These 10s cancel, so it's just minus 3x. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. So here, if I combine my like terms, I get negative 1x equals 2. Divide by negative 1, and x is negative 2. Okay, for the bottom part here, directions. Solve for the indicated variable. So if we want letter P by itself, then RT has to go away. And the way to do that is to divide by RT, since this is saying P times R times T. Do the opposite. So the R's cancel, the T's cancel, and we have P equals I over PT. Now, if you write your answer like this, that's still okay. These mean the same thing. We just flipped them around. Okay. Oh, not R. I'm sorry. Not a P. It should be an R down here. In number 18, we want to clear that fraction out, so we're going to multiply by 3 on both sides and cancel it. So 3 times V is 3V equals B times H. If we want to get H by itself, we divide by the B. So we could say 3V over B equals H. Okay, for 19, to get Y by itself, I want to subtract the 4x over. So I have Y equals, remember we don't actually subtract these because they're not like terms, so I just write them down with the x first. So negative 4x plus 11. Then for 20, we divide everything by 3 to get that y by itself. So y equals 2x minus 4. Okay, last problem. On the back, number 21, the total cost for 3 bracelets includes shipping was $74. The shipping charge was $11. Can you define the variable, write an equation that models the situation, and then determine the cost of each bracelet? Well, if you look right here, that's what we're trying to figure out, the cost. So our variable is going to be any letter you want. We could use C for cost of bracelet. So write an equation that models the situation. Well, I do know that my total amount of money that I spent was $74. I also know that the shipping was $11 and that was non-negotiable. I just know, or I need to know how much was the bracelets, and I bought 3 of them. So this is my situation. 3 bracelets times unknown amount of money plus $11 shipping equals $74 total. My goal is to solve this equation down here. So if I subtract 11, I have 63. I divide by 3, and we get that the cost was $21 for each bracelet.